Tonight, pressure builds on President Biden to broker a prisoner swap with Russia to free basketball star Brittany Griner. Today, a Russian judge gave her a 9-year sentence after finding her guilty of drug possession and smuggling. The two-time Olympic gold medalist pleaded with the Russian judge not to, quote, end her life and apologized, saying she never intended to break laws or hurt anyone. The U.S. considers Griner and another American prisoner wrongfully detained by Russia.
On February 17, 2022, Brittany Griner, an American basketball icon, was detained in Russia for having a prescribed vape cartridge containing THC oil. Griner was held in a Russian jail for 6 months before being sentenced to 9 years in prison on August 4, 2022. In July of 2022, it was reported that negotiations for Brittany Griner and Paul Whelan was in the works. Paul Whelan is an American Marine who's serving a 16-year prison sentence for espionage. The reported negotiations alleged that Russia could be open to release both Whelan and Griner in exchange for Victor Bout, aka the Merchant of Death, a very dangerous Russian arms dealer serving a 25-year prison sentence in America. Many people, like myself, felt the swap would be justified, but there were others who took to social media to voice their objections to the exchange, and ultimately talks of any negotiations went silent. In November of 2022, it was reported that Griner had been sentenced to IK2, a female work camp in Russia. This particular prison has a reputation for being extremely harsh to inmates. Physical punishment, homophobia, racism are all common there. It also has a quote-unquote slave-like conditions or atmosphere. I have a couple of clips that I want you guys to check out. The first one is from a lady by the name of Nadia, who also served time in IK2, and she gives her account as to her experience while there. And the second clip that I want you guys to view is of Mr. Paul Whelan in court. And when we come back, we will discuss.
He too works in slave-like conditions. They're forced to work up to 17 hours a day with no days off and with no vacation, needless to say. And if you do not perform the quota, then you're going to be punished. That includes torture, and that includes daily torture. And a lot of prisoners just cannot stand it. And some of them decide to commit suicide, which is not as easy in penal colony conditions.
Mockery of justice. If they can do this to Paul, they can do this to anyone.
Whelan is a former police officer and Marine who loved to travel. He was arrested in Moscow in December 2018 and accused of spying, a charge he has consistently denied. He turned 50 and spent more than 500 days in prison and has made his case through bars and jostling journalists.
Russia says it caught James Bond on a spy mission. In reality, they abducted Mr. Bean on holiday. I'm the victim of an assault by a prison agent, and that's something that you need to cover.
Hey guys, so you had a chance to take a look at both of those clips, and if those clips don't cause you to be alarmed for both Ms. Griner and Mr. Whelan's situation and pretty much any other American that's being held in Russia, I don't know what else will. You know, I was speaking with my mother about this, and she brought up something that really stood out to me. You know, as Americans, we have certain laws and things that we follow. And over here in America, if you do something that is illegal or that is wrong, and you are a visitor in this country, you are typically sent back home. You know, you're deported. You're sent back to where you came from, and you can't come back. But the fact that Russia is accusing all of these Americans of these crimes and keeping them and insisting on keeping them for years and years at a time and mistreating them and putting them through so much, it just makes me feel like what exactly is the motive and what exactly, you know, is going on? Why not send them away if they're being bad? Send them away, you know, kick them out of your country and ban them from ever coming back. Why do you want to keep them over there like that? You cutting off all contact. They're not even getting, you know, regular rights that prisoners in America would receive. So it's like, what exactly are you doing to them over there? My intentions with this video is not to, tell you what to do. It's only to inform you as to what's going on and, honestly ask that you join me in trying to, make noise so that our government will take this serious and so that our government will do a little bit more that's within their possible power to help them. I completely understand that there are consequences for our actions, but they've been charged and sentenced with punishments that do not fit their crimes, okay? I also feel that Brittany Griner's situation may have had to happen to share light on a bigger problem, which is Americans being kidnapped and held captive in Russia. Nobody deserves that, and I made a video a little bit earlier this year regarding Brittany Griner, and there were a lot of people who understood. And to all of you who understood, I thank you. I appreciate you, and I appreciate your time. To all of you who did not understand, I thank you for watching the video too, but I found it, a little bit comical to see so many Americans flat out turning their backs on another American who really needed their help at that time and being so self-righteous as if none of us have ever made mistakes. We've all made mistakes. We've all done things that we're not supposed to do. And even if we haven't, we know somebody that has. We have family members who have. And none of us will want ourselves or our family members to be in the situation that Brittany Griner and Mr. Willen have found themselves in right now. So I ask you all, please sound off in the comments. Say whatever it is you need to say, but please be respectful. And please, let's just be real. Be a human. These are real people. Leave all that political stuff to the side. Leave all of that shoulda, coulda, woulda to the side. These are human beings. These are real lives. And honestly, I don't just want Brittany Griner to come home. Initially, when I first started doing my research for this video, yes, my point was to advocate for her as best as I can, and I still want to do that. However, it is more than just her over there. There are so many of our American brothers and sisters over there, and they need our help. No, we can't go over there and pull up a truck and pull them out, but we can make noise on social media. There was a case recently, the Shanquella Robinson case, and I know these are two totally different things, but if it weren't for social media, that case would not be receiving the coverage that it's receiving right now. If those people weren't online being loud and constantly sharing these things, Miss Robinson's family would not be receiving the help that they're getting right now. And I'm glad that they're receiving it. But you guys, we gotta be real here. And we gotta be compassionate here. Those are our brothers and sisters, no matter what. And they are stuck over there. And we need to sound off to our president, repeatedly tweeting, Facebooking, Instagramming, whatever it takes, so that he and the rest of our government know that we love our brothers and sisters over there and we need them to come back home. All of them. All of them. I know we won't be able to get them all at one time, but let's start with Mr. Willen and Miss Griner, and let's work our way to get the others, because that is a big problem. And I really want to know why it seems like the United States is allowing this to happen to us, Researching for this case has taught me a lot, and it's also made me appreciate a lot. And one of the things that I have learned to appreciate is being an American, living in America, and having certain due processes and certain laws and certain rights that protect us here. I know sometimes we get upset and, we talk our little trash, but I think a lot of us should take a look at this situation and be grateful that we're Americans and that we are still in America right now, where we can still have our rights. But it also taught me that as an American, I don't think I want to leave the country anytime soon. And if I do, I'm going to be extremely, extremely careful, because I now know that the moment I'm outside of America, it seems like my government isn't going to care about me at all and will literally just leave me to rot away. So that's one of the things that I've learned and I'm taking from this situation. Hopefully, our president can completely get himself involved in this situation and change that idea, change that viewpoint, but we shall see. So what I'm going to ask you guys to do is to please, please, please like and share this video so that it can get around, and hopefully it can get to someone in our government that can speak with our president and let him know how serious it is to bring our brothers and sisters home, to bring Brittany Griner and Paul Whelan home, and all the other Americans that are being held hostage in Russia. And I want you also to sound off in the comments. Again, you can say whatever you want, just please be respectful, and please don't disrespect each other, but go ahead and voice your opinions, whether you agree with me, whether you disagree with me. That is more than fine. But at the end of the day, I will say it again. Brittany Griner and Paul Whelan are our brothers and sisters, and they are in a very, very dangerous and scary situation, an unfair situation, and they need us to make as much noise and put as much pressure as we can onto our government and our president so that we can get them back home. Thank you for watching. Bye.